Reform UK surge, Nigel Farage leads Labour by 9 points in polls. Ed. Adrian, August 12, 2025. Caption: Nigel Farage speaking at a Reform UK rally, surrounded by charts showing a 9-point lead over Labour in recent polls, with an enthusiastic crowd. The UK political landscape is buzzing with a surprising twist as Reform UK, under the leadership of Nigel Farage, has surged ahead of Labour by 9 points in recent polls. This shift, highlighted by multiple polling firms, marks a significant moment that could reshape the nation's political future. Whether you're a political enthusiast, or just curious about the changing tides, this friendly analysis dives into the details, shares real-world examples, and captures the lively chatter on X with Farage's party gaining ground. We'll explore what this means for voters, offer some practical tips, and keep you in the loop with the latest developments. The surge comes as Reform UK has climbed to impressive vote shares, with polls like Ipsos and BMG Research showing figures around 34% compared to Labour's 25%. This 9-point lead has sparked excitement and debate, reflecting growing public interest in Farage's vision. Let's break it down and see what's driving this change. Reasons behind the Reform UK surge. The recent polls indicate a dramatic shift in voter preference, with Reform UK capitalising on dissatisfaction with the current government. Nigel Farage's leadership and policy focus are key factors, resonating with a broad audience. Polling highlights and voter trends. Recent data from Ipsos places Reform UK at 34% of the vote share, a 9-point lead over Labour's 25%, while the Conservatives lag at 15%. BMG Research echoes this with Reform at 32% and Labour at 23%. These figures, gathered from thousands of respondents across Great Britain, suggest a potential seismic shift if an election were held today. The polls also show Farage with a net satisfaction rating of +6%, a stark contrast to Keir Starmer's -36%, indicating growing trust in his leadership. This trend isn't new. Reform has been building momentum since the last election, retaining 95% of its 2024 voters according to Ipsos. The party is drawing support from both Conservative and Labour bases, with 37% of former Tory voters and 12% of Labour voters switching allegiance. On X, users are buzzing with comments like "Reform is the future," reflecting this enthusiasm, though some caution that national polls don't guarantee seat outcomes due to the UK's constituency system. A real-world example is Reform's success in local elections, winning mayoralties and councils, showing grassroots strength. For those keen to follow, an actionable tip is to check polling updates on sites like YouGov or BMG Research's official pages. Bookmark them for regular insights. Policy appeal and public sentiment. Farage's focus on immigration, crime, and economic revival seems to be cutting through. Ipsos data shows Reform leading on 12 policy areas, including security and immigration. Traditionally Labour strongholds like healthcare are narrowing. This appeal is particularly strong among working-class voters and those over 50, with 31% and 37% support respectively in YouGov's tracker. X sentiment mirrors this, with posts praising Reform's tough stance on crime and economic promise. However, some express concern about policy feasibility, with debates on tax cuts and net zero plans. This mix of optimism and skepticism keeps the conversation lively. If you're interested, join the discussion on X with hashtags like Reform UK or UK Politics. Your voice could add to the dialogue. Implications of the Reform UK surge. Caption: diverse community group in a UK town hall discussing the Reform UK surge and 9-point lead over Labour in recent polls, with maps and data on display. This 9-point lead carries significant implications for the political landscape, affecting parties, voters, and policy debates. Let's explore what's at stake and what might come next. Potential electoral outcomes. If these polls hold, Reform UK could secure over 400 seats, giving Farage a majority of nearly 200, per electoral calculus projections. Labour could drop to 140 seats, and the Conservatives to just 6, a dramatic reversal from their current standings. This scenario, while based on national trends, highlights the party's potential to dominate, though local voting patterns could alter results. Real-world precedent comes from the 2019 election, where Boris Johnson's Conservatives turned polls into a landslide. Reform's rise could follow suit, especially with its focus on disillusioned voters. For political junkies, an actionable tip is to explore Electoral Calculus's Seat Predictor online, plug in the latest poll numbers for a fun forecast. Challenges and opposition response. The surge isn't without hurdles. Internal issues, like the Zia Yusuf resignation and return, show growing pains, though polls suggest minimal impact. Labour and the Conservatives face pressure to adapt. Starmer's team is eyeing a spending review to regain traction, while Kemi Badenoch's Tories struggle to recover. On X, some users predict a Labour comeback if economic conditions improve, while others see reforms led as a sign of lasting change. This uncertainty keeps things interesting. To stay ahead, follow news outlets like BBC Politics or The Telegraph, and consider writing to your MP with your views. Your input matters. What this means for you. As a reader, this Reform UK surge offers a chance to engage with the political process. Whether you support the shift or not, staying informed helps you navigate the changes ahead. Actionable tips for engagement. Track polls. Visit YouGov or Ipsos websites for the latest data. Join discussions. Share your thoughts on X using UK politics, keep it respectful. Local impact. Attend town hall meetings to hear how this affects your area. Educate yourself. Read party manifestos on Reform UK's site to understand their plans. Share your thought in our comments section below. This surge reflects a public eager for change, and your involvement can shape the narrative. From economic promises to immigration debates, the Reform UK led by 9 points in recent polls is a story to watch closely. In conclusion, Nigel Farage's Reform UK is making waves with a 9-point lead over Labour, driven by strong polling and public support. It's an exciting time for UK politics, with potential for transformation. Stay engaged, stay informed, and let's see where this journey takes us. Visit www.iwearanews.com for more trending news analysis.